god, my frames drive even lower from that. Son of a bitch. Tell me when you can see it. Ah, yes. Okay, so I want to see what the delay is on this. Let me pull up. Yeah, well that's not me. Those are the Kerbals going around. Okay, so I'm gonna do something on the screen to, and I want you to tell me when you see it. And I'll count, and I'll use a stopwatch to see how long the delay is. You ready? I'm just gonna move the camera back and forth, or I'm just gonna move it one direction. Tell me as soon as you see it move. Just like make the quickest sound you can. Okay, so I'm moving now. That's 8 seconds. That's not too bad. Okay, so anyway, yeah, this is my most successful space plane thus far. Space plane meaning this thing takes off on a runway like a plane, but can get enough speed to actually get into orbit. This is basically NASA simulator. Let me get some water. Yeah, so you start out building rockets, and then you can get into planes, and then space planes are farther down the road. I've got everything unlocked. It really wasn't too difficult, but that's also because I understand orbital mechanics fairly well on the scale that this game provides, and I also had a pretty damn good idea of what I was doing because I watched quite a bit of content on this game over the years. So I was familiar with where the center of gravity needed to be, and center of lift for different stuff, and center of thrust, and how to make orbital inclination changes, and what numbers to shoot for when. This is the most technical game I have ever played. Let's see if I'm pressing the right button. Yeah. So you'll see some flaps that went up in the back of my aircraft, and also some underneath. Those are the air brakes. Those are very, very useful when coming back into the atmosphere. And oh my god, the frame rate is atrocious on this. Let's get them pointing forward. This thing doesn't start out very fast, but oh, it'll get there. I think now at above 70, maybe 80 meters per second is when this thing can start to pitch back. Oh no, wrong button. It has been too long. I really want this thing to hold its heading better. So, what I'm trying to do right now is mostly keep this craft kinda level, pitching upward just a little bit, so it can gain speed. These engines that I have in the back... Oh! Fucking dumbass, where is it? Was it this? Nope, that's the... Come on. Fucking slow-ass frame rate. Oh my god, this lag is... Oh, no! It's been too long. Why can I not name these fucking action groups? God damn it. There we go. Unfortunately, I had my nuclear engines on as well. So this thing actually has two pairs of engines. All the ones you see on right now are the Rapier engines. And then those three spaces in between all that thrust is where I have the nuclear engines. The nuclear engines have significantly lower thrust, but their fuel efficiency is significantly higher. So if you're planning on doing a long trip in space, you're going to want to use something like those. But to get out of the atmosphere, they will not do. So that is why I have these Rapier engines. I have 1, 2, 3, 8. I have 8 of these engines on the back. And these things are very special because right now they are breathing in air from the atmosphere to combine with the fuel supplied by the tanks to create its thrust. And these things aren't very powerful under a certain speed. Indeed, they have to actually be over around 430 meters per second to get actual good thrust. So, until then, I'll be flying fairly level to slowly increase my altitude, but mainly to increase my speed up until I get past that power threshold. Let me get some more water. Why am I so parched? Okay. Oh no, I'm not nervous. So, with this, once I get over, oh yes, you look at, the speed's already increasing pretty good. And it's just gonna get better and better, so let's start pitching up just a little bit. Come on. Oh yeah, look at the G-force up to the right of the nav ball. Fucking... yeah. Oh, jeez. That's awful. Oh, meters. The top is the altitude. But the green in the nav ball on the bottom right, that is the speed. And then there's a... yeah. Yeah. That's fine. So, now that I'm above that speed, I can start increasing my altitude significantly faster. And I'm still accelerating at a very good rate. I don't want to go completely vertical, although this thing probably can accelerate on a vertical trajectory. I don't want to do that because it would be very detrimental to my end goal. So what I want to do next is continue at around this rate of acceleration and altitude, and also getting altitude, until I hit about 23 to maybe about 26,000 or 26 kilometers in the altitude. At that point, hopefully I will be around 1,500 meters per second of surface trajectory. That will be the best time to reach that speed is at that altitude, because much higher than that at a lower altitude will make parts burn up and explode. But at a higher altitude I can go faster without the thermal friction from the atmosphere burning up my parts too much. So yeah, I really want to get my speed to be at about 1,500 meters per second at around 24, 25 kilometers up. Once I get to about that altitude, the air intake, or the amount of oxygen in the atmosphere, will not be high enough for what the engines need to provide thrust. So they'll start to get starved of air. When that happens, they switch modes from an open cycle air breathing mode to a closed cycle liquid oxygen mode. These jet engines have two different modes and can either operate on more of a jet mode, taking in air, or a rocket mode and operate in the vacuum of space. The issue is when they're in the closed cycle rocket mode, they take way more fuel to operate. And not only do they use the liquid fuel that you use when you're in the open cycle, but you're also using another kind of fuel called oxidizer. I need more water. Things are looking... Your fucking refrigerator. Your fucking refrigerator. I do not like Coke. I mostly just don't like those dark colored sodas. Yeah, water's my favorite. Oh. Okay. Oh, so check this out really quick. Right now, I'm aiming 30 degrees, no, 20 degrees up into the atmosphere. And going just past 1,200 meters per second at 14,000 meters in the air. Well, yes, well, you'll see in due time. Just a little bit ago, for a while, we were constantly accelerating at 2 Gs of force. I just carried on. Oh my god, this frame rate is awful. Oh, getting my first thermal warning. You'll see that when I start moving the camera. I should decrease my speed a wee bit. Yes. What color? Well, I don't know. You find new interests. These things happen. Not necessarily. You don't have to be sad. I know a number of people that dress in mostly black, if not all black, and they're really happy people. Okay. Ooh. Yeah. Super casual. Good. Good. Indeed. Come on now. Switch over. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, any second now, my rapier engines should automatically switch to a closed cycle mode. I thought they would have done so by now. Their thrust is minimal. I've also turned on the nuclear engines because at this point their thrust is somewhat adequate. Well, maybe it's because I gotta fucking do it myself. Is that it? Here we go. We'll see in a minute. We're going to closed cycle. Now, you get to see the map screen. Maybe get that closer to where we're going. So, what I'm looking at is the apoapsis. The apoapsis is your highest point in orbit. Right now I'm not in orbit. What? Apoapsis. The highest point in your orbit. Nope. Apoapsis. Apoapsis. A little bit. Or you could also say, apogee is another acceptable word. So, okay, so I'm looking at my apogee, trying to... I actually want to keep that closer to where I'm aiming. Keep my air resistance down. In this game, the atmosphere around the home planet, which is called Kerbin, is it stops right at 74,000 meters. Earth's atmosphere does not suddenly stop. It just fizzles out beyond measurable amounts. Wait a second. should really be telling it to just aim prograde. When you're aiming prograde, you are aiming in the direction of travel. So, what I'm doing is I'm accelerating the playtime so I can get to the apogee faster. Once I get there, I will do an orbit burn. What that is it will get me into orbit. Wait, what's my current altitude? Come on now. Oh. Cool, there we go. Let's turn these guys off. Do I need them? Yeah, I need those rapier engines. As much as they suck fuel. Good thing though about losing fuel is the less fuel you have, the less you weigh. So you I'm making this very inefficient. So your thrust to weight ratio is increased. And ideally, getting the most efficient burn of putting yourself in orbit, increasing the height of your perigee, the lowest point in orbit, is you be right at the apogee, at the highest point in orbit, and from there you burn straight forward. And as we can easily see here in on the navigation screen, if I aim down from, you won't be able to easily see this with what I'm doing. If I aim downward from my prograde marker, the prograde is the yellow line, the yellow thing with the 3 lines coming off it. You'll see it in a few seconds. Yeah, on the nav ball. Oh yeah, that's right. You've got really poor quality. So anyway, yeah, prograde is where you are currently moving. If I aim down from that, as I'm burning at the apogee, it'll be moving the apogee farther behind me. If I were to aim up into the blue while doing all of that, the apogee would go ahead of me. So I gotta do this little balancing act of trying to keep that apogee right where I am to get the most efficient burn possible. This is when the game, like, this is just how freaking complicated orbital mechanics are. It's not intuitive. But somehow this shit just makes sense to me. And yet, numbers don't make sense to me. Math is my bane. And I must pee. Oh yes, it does. It does require a shit ton of math to be able to calculate it. But this is just something that I intuitively know when looking at a medium like this game. It's like, oh, okay, well then I just gotta kind of move this way, burn this way, and it'll get me to what I want to do. I can't do any calculation. I can just do pretty accurate mental approximations. Okie dokie. Oh, did you hear that? Wait, did you actually hear that? Because I thought I muted my microphone. You should have fucking told me. See, there you couldn't hear me. Why the fuck did it not work the time? Next time, tell me. I don't fucking care about it's not like I'm gonna get stage fright, I just don't want to make it uncomfortable for you. Ugh, fuck off, microphone, Jesus. Yeah, I muted it then. Here, I'll do it again. Yeah, it's working every fucking time except for the time that I'm peeing. What the hell? No. No. I looked down and I actively did. It's not something that I could quite easily do without thinking. I had to actually look down in order to do that. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna delete this video anyway because it's awful entertainment. Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that doesn't really happen to me. Well, you'll learn how to manage that eventually. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back into the atmosphere. So, believe it or not, with this space plane, I have actually toured almost every single planet and moon in this solar system on one journey. The way I did that... No. No, 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 no. Almost every one, not every single one. The way I did that is this thing has a drill on board so it can mine up ore from any body like that that I can visit. And not quite the same way, no, because um, most other orbital bodies do not have an atmosphere. So it can be very difficult on certain planets. And only one other body in this game has an oxygenated atmosphere. So, besides Kerbin, every other planet I have to use either the Rapier engines, or if it's a low enough, a small enough body, then I can just use the nuclear engines, which would be optimal. But yeah, so I have the drill to mine up ore, and then I have a small ore refinery on board, so I can turn that ore into any kind of fuel that I need. However, it takes a long time, and I have to time warp for a few days while doing that. But thankfully, these guys have no need to stretch their legs, don't have to worry about giving them food or any sort of stuff like that. No. No, 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 no. Well, I talked about No Man's Sky once or twice. Mm-hmm. BDSM is weird. Cock and ball. Gotcha. Dr. Freeman. Oh no. Oh. Fucking love that. So what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to pitch up to use the atmosphere to slow me down faster than just heading straight on in. The issue with this is with a higher surface area for more air to slow me down. That's also increasing how much heat the air is putting on different parts of my spaceship, and those are the bars that you see popping up from time to time. And this is when the game is going to get really laggy again. Yeah, it really has. Oh no. For me, my friend was like, they're awful. Not in general. It's because this vehicle of mine has like 180 parts, something like that. And I'll show you after I land this thing. It's got kind of soft body physics. The joints between each part, they can flex a certain amount. But you know, I think my apoapsis was too high coming into this. I didn't realize it was at like 90 kilometers. Whatever. If I explode, then you'll just see how that works out. And I'm still slowly accelerating, which is not what I want to have happen. And a lot of the things in this game are scaled down by tenfold. This planet is 10 times smaller than Earth. The atmosphere degrades 10 times faster going up in altitude than it would on Earth. And the distance between the planets and moons is also about 10 times as small. But they don't have 8.5 planets on this game. They only have 5, I think. Pluto is a large asteroid. It's not a planet. Well, it's a pretty fucking big rock hurling through the solar system. And back then, their telescopes weren't that great, so they couldn't as easily see how big the frickin' thing was. But now that we can actually see what the hell it is, we're like, oh yeah, that thing... Australia is wider than that thing is. Pluto could fit inside Russia. And on top of that, it has a very high inclination orbit, meaning it's very elliptical for a planet. It crosses over the... It crosses into another planet's orbit once a revolution. And the thing that in my mind makes it not a planet is its largest moon, Charon, which is also the closest, is a little less than half the weight of Pluto. So it's not really a planet and a moon, it's more of a frickin' what's the word? It's a binary pair of asteroids, in my opinion. No. Because everything has an orbit, everything has a gravitational pull. It's more of... Also, I'm trying to spin because I'm trying to spread the heat more evenly. It has to be large enough. I don't know what classifies a rock as being large enough or not, but it certainly has to be larger than Pluto. No. No, it could be just a large asteroid with life on it, yeah. Whoopsies, don't want to do that. Come back to me, it's almost Easter. And I'm still accelerating, what? You know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures, my friend. Yep. Nope. Nope. Oh, here we go. Stuff is exploding. I think it's non-important stuff, but whatever. You know the reasons why. I don't have to explain myself. Nice. No, you'll never be as old as me. Someday you'll be as old as I am right now, but you'll never be as old as I am. No. We both age at the same rate, you dingus. The only way that you would be as old as me, which is actually possible, is if you were to take a spaceship that is not yet possible and orbit around a black hole for a little bit. Because time flows like a river. The larger of an obstacle that's in the way, the slower time moves around it. The more mass something has, the slower time moves around it. So, oh, going into a bit of a death spin. Whee! So, if you go close enough to a black hole, you will actually slow down in time relative to things away from the black hole. You didn't know about that, though. Oh. To be honest, I'm very surprised that this thing is holding up to all this abuse. Come on, game. There we go. Jesus Christ. It's like I have to... Oh. Wow, I'm an idiot. Excuse me. It's like I have to press buttons while the there's like an active frame on screen, or else it just doesn't even accept the input. It's very frustrating. Well, that death spiral really wasn't very much now, was it? No! Retract those. Good. I didn't break my air brakes. I don't want my brakes to be broken. That wasn't a joke. Okay, well, nothing more is going to explode from going above the heat threshold, but still gotta slow down, and I wanna, excuse me, I wanna try pitching to the left to try and land in the desert over there. And this will also slow me down a little bit faster. Trying to change my direction of travel. But as you can see, so many things in this game take a long time. Not just because I've got a horrible frame rate. You can save. You can do numerous different saves. It's not just one either, which is very, very nice because oh my god, I would have lost so many freaking hours if I wasn't able to do that. I've had some pretty sketchy landings that would not have been possible if I didn't have the option to do numerous different saves. Oh, there we go. Now my air brakes won't be damaged as much. Still taking a while, though. I did. It's very interesting. Something like that. I do really appreciate the Vulcan's work. He did have to take a break somewhat recently for various reasons. So yeah. Oh yeah. on the back burner. Mm-hmm. There's a number of content creators I have that I watch that do stuff like that. Hmm. Oh yeah. These things happen. I just get bored of stuff. Well, don't worry. Don't feel bad if you're starting to lose interest. These things happen. Hmm. I'm sure a lot of people do when they're trying to be creative. You know, I think the funny thing is in this game right now, I feel like if I go slower, I'll actually get to the land faster because I hope the once I get all this white contrail stuff off my space plane, then the game will speed up in terms of frames so I can actually get there faster. We'll have to see. We will have to see. Hmm. Maybe not. Yeah, that's really not doing any better. Hmm. Mm-mm. Oh, jeez. Well, how old is she? Yeah. Oof. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. Not every guy is against that. Not saying that you should change the way you feel about it. Just it's all right to be. I don't know. Hmm. Sorry, during a landing I get real quiet because I'm trying to focus pretty hard. It's hard to see where the land is. And I need to pull up. It's also very touchy. Oh, this may just work. Oh, flare, 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 flare. Oh, shitting it. Oh, damn. Ha ha ha. We have success. Oh boy. Thank you all. It's not lifeless anymore, I'm here. Alright, let's get a more high-speed, higher frame rate plane. Yeah. It's not real quick, let me tell you. This game takes a long time to load anything. Well, that's just part of learning and growing up. Okay. So, this this plane that I'm picking out, this tiny little plane that I'm picking out is one in a trifecta of 3 planes. Ranging in order from smallest to largest, there's the Pipsqueak Jr., the Pipsqueak Senior, and the Pipsqueak Elder. The Pipsqueak Elder is still in progress. It doesn't fly stably yet. But there's 3 of them because there are 3 different main sizes of cockpits. And I am by far the most satisfied with Pipsqueak Senior here. It is incredibly agile. Very fast, too. Poop pit. So, this really isn't freaking possible with the way that this plane is made. But the fastest or the highest G turn I've ever taken was 92 Gs. So you and I are both experiencing 1 G right now. We're getting pulled down into our chairs with 1 G of force. Yeah, so imagine oh, whoopsies. don't want to do that. But what the fuck was the button? Pretty much, yeah. Damn it, I did not mean... Oh, no! There we go. Jesus. Pressing all the fucking buttons. I thought I pressed that before. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. That was the cockpit. Here, let me actually do something really quick. Just gonna throttle the engine down. That wasn't even a full bank either. That was about half. You'll see what I mean. Oh god, I love this plane. So I'm gonna kind of coast over to this island runway over here. I could just go there fast. What am I doing? I love the lines that come off of this thing from the highly compressed air. Oh, it looks so damn cool. Okay, now let's do this. These two air brakes really do a lot for this little thing. Whoop. Go back down here. Slow down! Stop! Stop you! Fucking great. Fucking great. Yeah, you can make cars. I'm not very good at it. There are some people that are really good at it. There's a DLC that includes some special parts that have like that allow you to change the one of which is like a platform that can spin 360 degrees. And there's other ones that are like hinges, and there are pistons and stuff like that. It's pretty freaking amazing. I do want to get it at some point. Come on, game. It just takes fucking forever to load, like I said. Haha, but now I can show you something fun. So, turn on the air brakes. Which thing was it? I don't know which one it was, but one of those things activated the afterburners on this engine, on these engines, making them even more powerful. Oh, these things also have thrust vectoring, meaning the engines themselves can change which direction the thrust is coming out to angle this thing in different directions. Could you imagine accelerating upwards at 4 Gs and spinning that fast? That would be awful. Yeah. Seriously. And already we're 2000 we're well 30,000 meters above the surface. Mm-hmm. It's because this one uh, is a lot more powerful by like 300% or some shit like that, if not thousands of percentages. Air brakes! It's really not going to do anything up here. You know, I could probably get this thing out of the atmosphere with a single hop. Kind of want to try that. How high are we going to go? Just a little under 60,000 meters. Now, I don't know what would be faster. Me resetting back to the the runway, or just accelerating time back down to the bottom. Oh wait. Oh no. There we go. Under control again. And air brakes. God damn, this thing slows down really quick, which is kind of a misnomer. Oh no. Let me know when you see what happened. A log? Oh, I see. So you already saw the crash. Let me do one last thing with the planes. Professional crasher. I already am. Okay. So let me show you briefly like the different parts of this. What was It's been so long since I've used these controls. Yeah, so like each one of these different things is a part. Sometimes you see more parts light up than other times, and that's to say that if I were to remove this part, everything after it comes with. It's not really the way I wanted that to work. Come on now. So then I could pick up this, and only the tail comes with. Or I could just take this, you know, yada yada yada. What was the bloop and bloop? Oh, another nice thing. Down here, you can do things symmetrically. So if I wanted to get a couple of these cockpits, I can just wait. Maybe I can't. Not those things. Ah, these controls. Let's get some of this bullshit. Nope. That won't work either, of course. I think I get the idea. So, wasn't there a... That one I just had up for you. That is by far my favorite plane. I haven't tested it, but I think that thing could fly around the planet more than once. It has a lot of fuel, and when I go up to around 20,000 meters in the air, that thing is screaming along at 1,300 meters per second, and is barely using any fuel. It is a thing of beauty. Not really. You can build bases of sorts, um, but it's not really a city. However, KSP2 will be more like a city builder. Okay. Where's a good big one? Let's do this one. Just so I can show you what it looks like. I'm not going to actually take this thing out. So yeah, here's this big fucking monstrosity. I built this thing to get a specific satellite into the harder to reach planets and moons of the game, but now let me show you something a little bit more fun. Was it here or was it in... What the fuck is this? 1 second. I don't even know what the fuck that little thing is. Here we go. Now we gotta wait 5 minutes for this tiny little thing to be loaded into the world. this schnazzy jazz in the background. It's like fucking elevator music though. Because this just takes so goddamn long. Oh, something's happening. Come on. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna just walk around just a little bit. Oh, wait. Maybe I have to do it this way. Nope, not that. There we go. Okay, so. That's... Okay, there we go. So this thing is called PME, which stands for Pooping Made Easy. Oh. Have you seen how fast this thing accelerates? Yeah. But the rate at which it launches you in the sky, it makes you shit yourself. Yep, that's that. Fucking beautiful. Well, I do believe I'm getting tired. Hey, even gods have feet of clay.